nǹkan tí a máa gbé yẹ̀wò lónìí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa, a máa ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ jomitoro ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n, àwọn bàbá, àwọn ìyá wa tí wọ́n mọ̀, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ní òye jù wá lọ, láti jẹ́ káwa náà ní ọgbọ́n kún ọgbọ́n àti ìmọ̀ kún ìmọ̀. Òun náà ni a máa ń ṣe. Kí a tó máa tẹ̀síwájú, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ kọ orin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, the Yoruba Nation Global Yoruba National Anthem.
bá a bímọ nílé olówó oyè ó lè ṣèṣe olówó, bá a bímọ nílé ọlọ́rọ̀ oyè ó lè rìnrìn ọlọ́lá kó rìnyẹn fanda rìnrìn ọlọ́rọ̀. ọmọ tá a bá bí ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹ kó mọ tì fún tẹ̀dọ̀ ohun àṣà àtìṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dẹ́kùndélẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ ìtàn ohun orísun ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àtàwọn bíi tó ṣe é múyan gan tó dùn ún wò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. ẹ wo Ẹ̀rìn Ìjẹ̀ṣà waterfall kẹ́ẹ̀tún wò Kọ́gùsì níbi tómi gbóná àti tútù ti pàdé. Ìdẹ̀rẹ̀ hill nínú odò ń kọ́ àtòkè Olúmọ lẹ́gbàá Aláké. nání ohun anílà nání. ìdí ẹ̀ gan nìyí tí Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate fi gbé ètò kan ràbàǹdẹ̀ kalẹ̀ ní gbogbo ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta ọjọ́ sátidé fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá láti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kọ́gbọ́n mọ́gbọ́n nípa àṣà ìṣe ìtàn ìṣẹ̀dálẹ̀ àti òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá tó fi mọ́ ohun tó rọ̀ mọ́ ìjàngbara fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. ẹ ṣáà mọ̀ pé bí olóde ò bá kú ojúdere ò ní wu koríko àìsí níbẹ̀ sì láì bá wọn dá sí i wọ́n pín kò kàn mí onítọ̀hún ò yọjú síbẹ̀ ni. darapọ̀ lórí ìkànnì YouTube ní gbogbo ọjọ́ sátidé ní dédé aago 3 ọ̀sán Nàìjíríà tàbí kó o darapọ̀ lórí Zoom fi àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ mo fẹ́ darapọ̀ ránṣẹ́ sórí ìkànnì ímeèlì yìí yorubaнаtionglobal.d@gmail.com. ìkànnì Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate lẹ́yìn tí rí wò lórí YouTube oríṣiríṣi àlejò tó jẹ́ ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n tó nímọ̀ tó tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ́ ńlẹ́ ọmọ bá pàdé lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ fún ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ohun ọ̀rọ̀ ìyànjú àti ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìlọsíwájú àti akitiyan gbígba òmìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. jẹ́ ká jọ pàdé níbi ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta tọ̀sẹ̀ yìí kẹ́kù lẹ́gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko pé a kì í farílẹ̀yìn olórí ẹni tó ní nǹkan ó da òní ò ṣe ń bẹ̀. Yorùbá ò ní parun Yorùbá ò ní rẹ̀yìn láíláí. Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate lolùkéde.
ẹ ṣé fún ìkéde yẹn. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí pàápàá mo fẹ́ kí bàbá wa dókítà Oyèfilẹ̀. A mísì yín ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ó kọjá lọ ṣùgbọ́n inú wa dùn pé ẹ ní àǹfààní láti bá wa pé lónìí. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa fún gbogbo gbà. Thank you very much. Màmá wa Sandra OBE ẹ kú ìjókòó. Gbogbo àwa tí a ti wà ní ìkàlẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. A máa yẹ wá náà ni o lágbára Elédùmarè. Ní báyìí màá pe màmá wa Princess Adéọlá Atayiro Ọlámìjùlọ. Màmá ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ bá wa sọ. So I yield it to you, ma.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ káalẹ́ mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá mi, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, àbúrò mi. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tó tún kà wá yẹ lénìí, tí ojú wa dẹ̀ pé, tí ẹsẹ̀ wa dẹ̀ tún pé. A dúpẹ́, ojú òní ti wà. It is no gainsaying that migration from one location to another by human is a natural, regular occurrence all over the world. And Yoruba land is not an exception to this fact of life. And as much as there are laws and conventions regulating the movement and resettlement of people across the world, there is nothing or any law refraining the indigenous people from retaining their true identity. And given by the Nigerian history, the 1940 amalgamation and indeed the creation of states by previous military government of Nigeria in attempt to keep Nigeria indivisible. The quest by the Yoruba people of Western Nigeria and of course other ethnic nationalities within Nigeria to maintain their identity is undeniable and legitimate. And it is a legitimate right and expectation which must be respected. There is a Yoruba proverb born out of realism that says, "Oko kìí jẹ́ ti bàbá àti ọmọ kó má ní ààlà." Therefore, the focus of our deliberation today shall be to address who we are in terms of our citizenship and nationality within the Nigerian space. I wish our honorable panelists and distinguished member of the audience an enjoyable time. Odùduwà gbè wá o, kò ní gbé àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Èmi Adéọlá Atayérọ Ọlámìjùlọ kò ní dálẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, over to you, ma.
Thank you very much, ma. Èmi Ọláwùmí, mi ò ní dálẹ̀ Yorùbá tèmi o. Ìwọ ńkọ́? Next on the agenda, I think it's the news update. Yeah, let's have the news update. I hope.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Akpata. Moki Bobowaju, Moki Babati Mawa. Dr. Yefule, thank God for your life. Inumidope, Wani Kokoba ni ara oke. Lo asheo. Ni raison. Ito bobo, titi bobo. Rama bobo. Thank you very much. I have been given the privilege to read out the news update, and I'll start. No, I think the first thing on the item is the greetings, which I believe Princess and Mrs. Akpata has done effectively. So the news is as per 1 minute, please, sir. The award of maintenance and securing of NNPC pipelines to 2 northern oil companies goes to show that Nigeria present state of underdevelopment may be far from being revamped. This strengthens the view of Yoruba Nation Global Directorate that all hands must be on deck to get Yoruba Nation agitation going. If we fail to act, then we will act to fail. Moving on, we want to assure our people that the agitation for Yoruba sovereign nation is not dead. Others have attained their objective, which is their ulterior motive for which Yoruba nation agitation was merely a small screen. It goes without saying, the present situation in Nigeria is deplorable, and the untold hardship people in Nigeria are experiencing cannot be justified, whilst those in leadership are living in opulence. Finally, there's need to declare a state of emergency on the astronomical rise in ritual killings in the southwest and southeast of Nigeria. It is gradually becoming a pandemic and doesn't want to go away. We call on both the federal and the state government to step up securities in this area with a view of arresting the culprits and putting an end to the uncivilized behavior. This is our news update. Thank you very much, and over to you, Mrs. Akpata.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni barrister news update yẹn. So gbogbo àná la sì ti gbọ́ nǹkan tí wọ́n kà jáde. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. A túbọ̀ máa tẹ̀síwájú. A ní ìkéde, or I don't know if we already did that. Ìkéde by you, barrister.
Okay.
kéré o Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ pè yín sí ìpàdé ọ̀sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ó máa ń wáyé ní gbogbo ọjọ́ sátidé lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí Zoom. Oríṣiríṣi olùbánisọ̀rọ̀ ni a máa gbà ní àlejò ní ọjọ́ ìpàdé yìí, èyí tí ó ń ṣe sátidé fún ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àti ọ̀rọ̀ ìyànjú nípa ètò ìlọsíwájú àti akitiyan lórí gbígba òmìnira fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Agogo ìpàdé agogo 3 ọ̀sán ti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ti ìlú ọba. A fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ pé gbogbo ojúlówó ọmọ Yorùbá sí ìpàdé ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí kí eku ilé gbọ́ kó sọ fún ti oko. Odùduwà gbè wá o, kò ní í gbé ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Èmi kò ní í dalẹ̀ Yorùbá o, ìwọ ńkọ́? Ọ̀dàlẹ̀ bálẹ̀ kú, ẹni dalẹ̀ Yorùbá bá ilẹ̀ lọ.
Ìkéde náà nìyẹn ò ní ráńpẹ́ láti fi máa pe àwọn èèyàn wa wá pé ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ máa jíròrò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá tó so wá papọ̀ yìí náà ni. Thank you for that. Ní báyìí okay, appeal for fund. Okay, mo kí gbogbo wa o, gbogbo àwa ọmọ aládé tá a wà ní ìkàlẹ̀ ní lóòrọ̀ yìí, torí òórọ̀ ni ní ọ̀dọ̀ ti tèmi, ṣùgbọ́n mo kí wa káàsán níbi tí a wà àti bí ojú ọjọ́ bá ṣe rí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa tí a ti mọ bí ọ̀rọ̀ wa ṣe rí, wọ́n ní ọbẹ̀ tó bá dùn owó ló pa á. Ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà Yorùbá náà ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. So wọ́n ní kí n fi àsìkò yìí rọ̀ wá wípé bí Oliver Twist, àwọn tó ti gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Oliver Twist rí àbí tó ti wo fíìmù ẹ̀ rí, he's always asking for more. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, we are asking for more. We are asking for more money. We are appealing for fund. Wípé fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá láti ọwọ́ Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate, a nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ owó. Lóòrèkóòrè a máa ń kà sí wa létí àwọn nǹkan tí à ń fi owó wọ̀nyí ṣe. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti mọ̀ wípé ọ̀bọ ò kì í kó owó jẹ, ejò ò jẹ̀ kì í kó owó mì nínú àpò Directorate. There's what we call transparency. Wọ́n máa ń fi ìwé tí àwọn olóyìnbó ń pè ní statement of account, bí owó ṣe wà nínú àpò sí, bó ṣe wọlé, bí wọ́n ṣe ná, wọ́n máa ń fi ránṣẹ́ sí àwọn tí wọ́n ń dá owó sínú àpò Directorate fún Yorùbá Nation. So ẹni tó bá jẹ́ pé kò gbà ní ẹnujọ́ mẹ́ta, ẹ lè kàn sí secretariat, wọ́n á fi ṣọwọ́ sí yín, ẹ lè rí. Kò sí àwo kan láwo ẹ̀wà, kò sí wípé à ń gbé pamọ́, torí pé kì í ṣe owó ẹnikẹ́ni, owó orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ni. Nítorí náà à ń rọ̀ wá information láti fi lè fowó ṣọwọ́ sínú àpò Yorùbá Nation Global Directorate for Yorùbá Nation. Information yẹn wà ní orí website, and the secretariat ẹ lè tún bá wa tẹ̀ sínú ibi tá a ti ń tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ nínú bí kíní tó ń pè ní chat box, ẹ lè bá wa fi síbẹ̀. Information bank tó bá pé directly to the bank la fẹ́ ṣe, tó bá pé Zelle ni, information Zelle náà wà ńbẹ̀. Wọ́n ti mú ayédẹrùn, o lè jókòó sínú yàrá ẹ̀ kó fowó síbi tó fẹ́ fowó sí, láì ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé àpamọ́ lọ sí báǹkì bá ti máa ṣe láyé àtijọ́. So kíní tiwa ni kì í ṣe ti ẹnì kankan. Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni, kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́. Ọ̀nà tí òfin náà ní bàjẹ́ náà ni pé àsìkò wa, owó wa, ìmọ̀ wa, òye wa, gbogbo nǹkan tí Elédùà tó fi jíǹkí wa, òun náà ni a gbọ́dọ̀ lò láti fi rí wípé ibi tí Elédùà mú wa lọ yẹn àdébẹ̀ náà, òun náà ló máa mú wa débẹ̀ ní àsìkò tiẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé àti ẹ̀ lè pàdé láti bá ara wa sọ̀rọ̀. So nítorí náà, tá bá rí ẹni tí ó fẹ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àti ní information lọ́wọ́, let's do that anytime. Kò jù sọ̀rọ̀ kó jẹ́ pé ọjọ́ Sátidé tá bá pàdé nìkan náà la lè ṣe. We can do it any time of the day, of the week. Torí information yẹn wà ní wẹ́bsáìtì Yoruba-Nation Global Directorate.org. So ráńpẹ́ lẹ́yìn náà ni. So àdẹ̀dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn, àtàwọn tó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, àtàwọn tó sì máa ṣe. Àdúpẹ́, a fi ojú kéré ẹnikẹ́ni, nítorí kò sẹ́ni tó mọ iye tí oníkálukú ń fi sílẹ̀, bóyá $5 ni, bóyá $100 ni, bóyá $1 million ni, kò sẹ́ni tó mọ iye tí oníkálukú ń ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n Elédùà tó fi sí wa lọ́wọ́, tá a sì lè fi sílẹ̀, ó túbọ̀ máa bùkún wa ní àṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Thank you very much. Wọ́n ti fi information yẹn sí inú chat box. A ò rí ọjọ́ músolókùn torí pé a ò fẹ́ gba àyè ẹnikẹ́ni ká lò ó nílòkulò bí omi òjò. So ní ìsinyìí ó dàbí pé Barrister ní video clip tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi hàn wá. Tí ó bá ṣe é ṣe ní àsìkò yìí, ṣé a lè wo video clip yẹn ká tó máa lọ sí ọ̀rọ̀?
I'm sure pé a lè wo. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa pèrò sọ́kọ̀ tó bá possible lè máa ṣe bọ́n ṣe lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ pé Èkó tí ò lẹ́rù, àwọn tí ò ní handbag ni o. God bless you.
Caro yellow sissy, Caro yellow sissy, oh. Caro carry money give you bow. Oh, you run away, Caro de cry. Caro yellow sissy, Caro yellow sissy, Caro carry money give you bow. Oh, you run away, Caro de cry. Caro yellow sissy, Caro yellow sissy, Caro yellow sissy, Caro carry money give you bow. Run away, Caro de cry. Stop to cry now. Caro yellow sissy, oh. Caro yellow sissy. Hey, what are they doing here?
So what you do is to tie his hands to the cross. But for the legs, you need to put your legs on the top of this lower attachment so that you don't fall off. Because if you decide to tie the legs as well, you won't be able to bear the pains. And don't forget too, you don't have to tie him so hard.
Hang on it. What are they doing?
He's acting the suffering of Jesus Christ during his crucifixion.
Take it easy. Don't do the flogging hard.
Oh, that's good.
It's just a demonstration. Don't whip him hard. What do you mean the meaning of that one?
Nana Kafra.
So you are acting the suffering of Jesus Christ now? They slapped Jesus on the face now. Abi, you did not read about it in Matthew chapter 26 verse 67. And they even pour saliva on his face. So in order to complete that verse of the Bible,
You the man.
Nana Kafra.
I am your one and only Oworitapo. The Oworitapo of Akparomogene Otuwodo of Ugeli South Wari. Before you change gear to the next.
Wow, that was funny. Oh, God. Hey. Thank you for that, Barrister. Enjoy my bar tomorrow. Muwalo rekoreo. But me, you're my diffuse the stress. But Thank you very much. Now, I'll play Barrister Odumosu. Okay. Before that, well, after this, Barrister Odumosu will be you to engage the panelists. But now, a fẹ́ ṣe àfihàn. Ẹ má bínú àmúlùmálà èdè Yorùbá, èdè mi àti èdè òyìnbó tí mò ń gbé wọnú ara wọn. Mo tọrọ àforíjì. Barrister Ọlátáyọ̀ Ògèdèngbé, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa ṣe àfihàn àwọn èèyàn pàtàkì. Gbogbo wa la pàtàkì pátápátá. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí a sọ pé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ wá bọ́ wa pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n yín, àwọn ni a fẹ́ pè. A fẹ́ ṣe àfihàn wọn báyìí.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Apata. Ojú òkín ṣàmọ̀ fún olóko. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n pe àwọn mọ́mì wa, Mrs. Sandra Opola Obi, wọ́n bá wa video ká lè fi wọ́n. Thank you very much and you're welcome to the program. Again, my ẹkọjọ́ mẹ́ta. God bless you. Wọ́n ní akin ní apá bàbá ká mà ní ti apá ìyá ká mà ní ti bàbá o. So we thank God that ara wọn jáde pé ó ti le koko bí òkúta. Kò lè ní rẹ̀ wọn kò ní sún wọn náà. Lágbára Ìdùmarè Ọlọ́run máa sọ agbára dọ̀tun. So we welcome Dr. B. Oyefule back to this podium. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sir.
Thank you very much.
Mi ò wá mọ̀ pé màmá wa eléwé àkókò bóyá àwọn náà ti wà nítòsí o. Sister Yemisi Ìyálóde. Ṣé àwọn náà lo Infinix? Tí
mo wà around but mi ò lè gbójú síta, aṣọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ló wà lọ́rùn mi.
Aṣọ okay. Mo dẹ̀ tí wàá ní gbárí kan tí mo fẹ́ fi yín báyọ̀ síta.
Ẹgbẹ́ síta o tó bá jẹ́ ìtagbé làwọn náà a máa gbé síta.
Ẹ má wọrí, màá ṣẹ̀ǹdé gbárí kan sí yín tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ.
Ṣé ti rí mi ń sìn?
Èmi ò rí yín o, bóyá tí n bá ṣẹ̀ǹdé gbárí sí yín.
Odumosu ṣé ti rí mi?
Mi ò rí yín, mo ti ń wá yín o, mo ti rí yín o.
Mo wà ń bẹ̀. Comrade tí ó wà ń bẹ̀.
Ó bẹ́tà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ṣé kí n ṣẹ̀ǹdé gbárí kan sí yín kẹ́ lò?
Ẹ máa wà ọ̀rọ̀ alẹ́ máa wà ọ̀rọ̀
àti ìbàǹtẹ́ kékeré kan kò tóbi púpọ̀.
Barrister Ògèdèngbé máa wà ọ̀rọ̀ àìtì.
Ẹ kàn sọ sí abẹ́ aṣọ yẹn.
Ẹ bá mi fún Mrs. Àpáta.
Mrs. Àpáta, àwọn ní tó pọ̀ lé ẹ má wọrí. Àwọn nìyẹn tó pọ̀.
Sister Emi sí mo rí pé ẹ fẹ́ràn mi gan-an ni o, ẹ fẹ́ pín lọ́dọ̀ mi àbí ẹ fẹ́ dá nìkan jẹ́.
Yóò fẹ́ tí ẹ ṣe àdánìkan jọpọ̀ ni.
Ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ ṣé. You are welcome, ma.
Thank you, sis. God bless you.
Amen.
You're welcome. Mr. Apata, over to you.
Yes, sir. Barrister Odumosu, you are next on the agenda to engage our panelists for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Yes, so, well, I'm happy to be here again. I want to welcome all of us to the podium. As you have heard from our director, Princess Adiola, our task today has been well defined for us, and it's very, very simple. So, seeking to take your time, you will kindly permit me to go straight to the point so that we won't waste much time. We are going to discuss about citizenship and nationality. So, my first question will go to Mrs. Popola. Who is a citizen? And is nationality the same as citizenship? We decided to use vernacular English language to express it because we know that we have large audience outside there. Majority of them we want to learn, especially our children that not Yoruba speaking. So, Eshima. Of course, the spice pẹ̀lú Yoruba náà.
I try. Eshegoni barrister and Dr. Yefule, it's wonderful to see you, sir. Welcome back, sir. We thank God for your life. My sister, Comrade Emisi, Ekaso Ekujuku, you know. And gbogbo pátápátá tá wà ní orí ìkànnì yìí, ẹ ṣé gan ni, ẹ kú ìjókòó as well, pàápàá jùlọ Princess Atayero Olamijulo, you know, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Question tẹ́ béèrè yẹn, question ńlá gidi gan ni. Who is a citizen? Is nationality the same as citizenship? Gẹ́gẹ́ bí èmi ṣe mọ̀, because I'm not a lawyer. I'm a policy maker. So about to make a law. Now I share mama try and put it into action and design the policies and things. So gẹ́gẹ́ bí èmi ṣe mọ̀, nationality and citizenship, they tend to interchange the two. So nationality for me is, well, let me start with citizenship. It's challenging. That's the reason why I'm hesitating, because of the fact that it's very complex. It's not something that is easy to explain, but I'm going to attempt it. So nationality is a legal relationship. So nationality is a legal relationship in terms of where one belongs. So it could be through birth. I'm a national of that particular country. You know, equally, I'm a citizen of that country. But citizenship can be achieved in various ways. Citizenship can be through birth. Citizenship can be through marriage. Citizenship can be through when you've satisfied the conditions of a particular country. And they say that after a certain years or after passing through certain things, you can acquire the citizenship of that country. So you naturalize for that country. So it's by choice that you choose to be a citizen of that particular country. And the thing to citizenship, what citizenship gives people is the right and responsibility of that nation. So the right to access to whatever facilities is available in that country, whether it's education, whether it's health, the resources, it gives you the access to that. But it comes with responsibility. You can't just be a citizen or a national of a country and do whatever you like. You are bound by the laws, legislation, the rules and regulations of that country. So you have a responsibility to obey those laws. You have a responsibility to contribute to that nation, to growing that nation, to developing that nation, to make that nation great. Is part of your responsibility as a citizen or a national of that nation. You just don't become one, whether it's by birth even, or other means. You just don't become one and then say, that's it, you owe me everything. You know, actually it's the opposite. What can you do for your own nation? What can the nation looks to each individual within that nation to contribute to it. So Mohokwe will give a bit of insight into what, in my own knowledge, what I know, the difference between the two and the benefits of the two and all of that. Eshegoni. You're muted.
Thank you, Ma. I'm sure you treated it very well, and I'm sure that the audience will agree with your submission on who is a citizen and then what nationality entails. I don't know if Dr. Yefule will want to say something on it. And if not, then I'll ask you another question.
No, I will. Eshegoni, Ekujoko Gogole, Princess, Madam Popola, Iyalode of the first order. When you put Iyalode put meta, when the first order Iyalode, the second order, third order. So yeah, first order Iyalode. Yes, ma'am. Emma Binu, o voice me leri, o madabi voice call. Not that I ever had a good voice, but one terrible flu thing go around the East Coast. East Coast of the United States. Everybody in the office me, everybody over, I can't remember over 60, but there was a 52-year-old, not only. So it just gets you down, no matter any COVID, that you will test COVID negative. But all the bad symptoms here in your mind, including your voice sounding like a conker. So, Nipa citizenship versus citizenship. Madam Popola saw what to hit on the head. Legal term is citizenship. Legal term. You see, there was a time in Germany, West Germany especially, you might have been born there, you can, and you may still not be granted citizenship of Germany. I know that's the way it used to be. I want to change it recently, but as of about 10, 15 years ago, that's the way it used to be. Citizenship is something that's determined by law. In the US, if you're born on American soil, you automatically, whether you like it or not, become a citizen. If your parents, if one of your parents, mother or father, give birth to you outside of the United States, you are also a citizen of the United States. So back in Germany, like I said before, even those who are born in that country, when they manage citizenship, that's the way their law is made. Nationality, on the other hand, is something to why innate. It's something that you're born with, whether you like it or not. All of us are born black, and we're going to die black. Black with pride, the Monso, with all the superior and better quality standing, we are going to be that. My own hope, our nationality and our citizenship can be tied together in the Yoruba land. When we have our nation, all people of Yoruba extraction, whether born in Yoruba land or born outside of Yoruba land, will have the ability to be legal citizens of Yoruba land. Olotu.
Thank you, sir. And then, including our grandchildren, either born abroad or elsewhere.
Yoruba, and they will always remain Yoruba.
Question to what are the determinants of citizenship? How do we determine that, okay, this set of people are our citizens?
Well, like I said previously, citizenship is legally determined. Our lawmakers determine into your citizen. 14th Amendment of the US Constitution in 1842. Anybody born on American soil becomes an American citizen. Is for amendment of the Constitution in 1842 to make it so. Turn back a constitution we can include in it anybody born on Yoruba's on Yoruba land soil, on the soil of Yoruba land, of Yoruba parentage. And those born in the United States and in the UK, in Germany, in South America, North America, of Yoruba parentage, are entitled to citizenship of Yoruba land. Kamato Agbagbe gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà outside of nǹkan tí mo sọ yìí, àwọn Lukumi ní Cuba. There's Yorubas we are, àwọn Kondoble tó wà ní Brazil wọ́n sọ Yorùbá jù wá lọ́mọ pàápàá. Àwọn tó wà ní Trinidad àwọn yóò sọ Yorùbá ṣùgbọ́n religion Yorùbá náà hold on to. Gbogbo dẹ̀ náà gbọ́fá náà mọ àti rúbọ náà mọ gbogbo ẹ̀. So those people, if they wish, they are more than welcome to be member of Yoruba Nation as citizens of Yoruba land. You are muted, Olotu.
Thank you. Sorry, your country birthday across you want to pariwo, so no jẹ́ kí ma mute me mo, but you won't disturb. Ìyálóde ọ̀rọ̀ náà kàn yín. Kí ni àwọn benefits tẹ́ rò pé àwọn tí ó bá jẹ́ ọmọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ogínú Yorùbá gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn Ìjẹ̀bú ṣe máa ń sọ. Kí ni àwọn benefits tẹ́ rò pé ó máa jẹ́ títí wọn?
As a Yoruba, born in Yoruba land, or
both born in Yoruba land and our brothers and sisters in Trinidad, Cuba, and other places.
Okay. I think if we had to look back to slave trade, we know all those people, they are from Yoruba land, those Yoruba-speaking country. So through that, I believe whatever we are entitled to as we citizens in nationality or citizen in Nigeria, they're also entitled to it because if any Papa want to know. Like in Koti, mommy wa, daddy wa so even if you are not born there, but your grandparents were born there, like they do in this country, UK. Torí mo rí àwọn tí wọ́n wá láti Nigeria, tán gba right of abroad, right from Nigeria down here, through their father, through their grandparents.
Yeah.
So they were entitled to everything that we are entitled to. Once they show their face and they can speak Yoruba, because if we have to leave it open that everybody will be a Yoruba when we get to Yoruba land. Because they know that we have a lot of benefit, we have a lot of mineral resources to share. So those people that want to share that will be people that have already got information from their parents or from their great grandparents that were through slave trade, we came from Yoruba land. This is our compound in Lagos or in Ekiti, in Ijebu, in this and that. Otherwise, it's gonna be too rowdy that everybody will want to get benefit. There are so many benefits that they can get. We have lands that we can give them when government decides to. We have a lot of things to share. But I can't tell you because I want to go kill for now. Government but still, if they want to do it exactly the way it's supposed to be done, then, to be honest, we are not supposed to be in abroad. I've never seen any Dubai children to come and do Sheikh Ballet in London. So we have a lot of mineral resources to share. There's loads, there's gold, there is petroleum, there's lots of it that even where we are doing slavery, they don't have it, but they're making us to come here to come and work for them. Did I answer the question?
Yes, ma. So I don't know if Mrs. Popola wants to contribute to it. If not, I'll ask the next question. Benefits of citizenship to our children and all others who may be interested in nationalizing themselves in Yoruba Nation.
Nǹkan tẹ́mi máa kàn áàdì kún nǹkan tí Ìyálóde sọ ni pé the benefit will work both ways. Benefit in terms of what people can get from the nation, and that includes all the natural resources that need in abundance ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, and also the intellectual property that need as a body of people that we only benefit from. And the reverse of it is we have huge amount of expertise that we can bring to Yoruba nation. So all of these people, we'll take them from Cuba. Dr. Yefule was describing where they all are, scattered all over the place, Brazil and all of that. They have expertise in different spheres of life that they can bring to benefit Yoruba land. So it works both ways, both the land giving you something and equally you providing something for the land to benefit everybody.
Thank you, you are right. The next question that I'm going to ask is to you. Any citizen can own land anywhere, and usually it is for 99 years by the Land Use Act of Nigeria, which was made part of the Constitution of Nigeria. Do you think Yoruba should retain this law when Yoruba nation finally emerged? Or we should reduce the 99 years to something else that we feel will meet the justice of our people?
Wow. We can only learn from other nations. Èmi ò rí nation kan tó dá ṣe nǹkan fúnra ẹ̀ tí ò learn experience from other nations, báwo làwọn èèyàn kan ṣe ṣe, and then seek views of his own people. Because unless taba béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn, consult àwọn èèyàn wa, we might not get it right. There is a reason why it's 99 years ṣe wà ń bẹ̀. In some countries, it's 125 years. And even then, it can be extended. So it's not 99 years and that's it. Cut off, it's taken back by the government. It can be extended, it can be negotiated to support what I called handing over of heritage. There is something about heritage that can take seriously. Pàápàá jùlọ ní Nigeria. Òun ló máa ń bring wealth, generational wealth. That's what brings generational wealth. When you pass on, when you pass on something, you hand it down to the next generation to come, and your children and your grandchildren. It gives them that leverage. It kickstarts their life for them. Taba gekuru, that's a 99 more, OTD 50, OTD 20, OTD. In our own lifetime, in one particular generation's lifetime, that particular property can be taken back, can disappear, basically. That's what it means, the effect of that. So, tí a bá máa make law yẹn, policy yẹn, we have to think about the implications of that. What are the risks associated with reducing it, increasing it, or leaving it as it is? And I'm always cautious to make a blanket decision or suggestion when it has not been weighed up by different people, even the people themselves don't own Kini. But I think it's a good idea to learn from others internationally, and it could be even in our continent. What is other African nations doing? Because those are the people we should first of all learn from and see what they're doing, because they are our brothers and sisters before we look outwardly. But it's always good to also look outwardly and take the best and not reinvent the wheel.
Thank you. Now, I want to ask a follow-up question. In view of your experience in the United Kingdom, so will your view be different?
My view would be status quo, 99 years, with the possibility of an extension, because that's what happens here. Some of them are even 125 years in this country as well. And as I said, that helps generational wealth. There is no point giving it over and giving it back to government, and then the whole investment that one generation has made has gone to nothing, basically. So in view of that, from the way it's done here, I think 99% is sensible. And I think maybe even 125 is even sensible. But again, you have to take views from majority.
Okay. Dr. Yefule, please unmute.
Sir.
Yeah, and Jerry, the first of see or
oh, okay, yes. Nǹkan first of one. Ṣé mo ní 99-year lease yẹn abọ́rẹ̀ láti Britain ni. It's something the British government enacted. Me more year to enacted. And there's a reason they enacted it. That is safeguard around warning. The country is a small island, and as opposed to America, to expansive land, Britain Tebati ni Raile 99 years ni mafuyin ko to pass it on. Ṣùgbọ́n ní US mi rò pé wọ́n ní 99-year lease. I don't know. It's never been a question láti béèrè, to be very honest, for me personally. But I'm going to explore that and find out. However, more when you Zaria, in the northern part of Nigeria, wọ́n ṣe òfin kan mi wá mọ̀ bóyá Constitution of 1960 or 63 mi mọ̀ bóyá ó nullify òfin yẹn ní north. Òfin yẹn ní pé tó bá kí n ṣe Hausa, tó bá ṣe ọmọ onílẹ̀, you can only have a 25-year land, 25 or 30-year lease on the land. And they promulgated that law for one purpose, like to prevent non-northerners from getting a stranglehold over their land. Again, it's a law of the country, a law of that area. Whether it's upheld by the Constitution of Nigeria or not, I do not know. But once you're here for a reason, and as we all know, laws are made for humans. Humans are not made for the law.
Yeah.
Lord Owa, àwọn kan ní pé Èkó is a no man's land. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní access owó, ó lè jẹ́ owó cocaine ni o, ó lè jẹ́ owó drugs ni o, ó lè jẹ́ pé owó 419 ni o. But wọ́n ní access owó, wọ́n dẹ̀ ra gbogbo ilẹ̀ wa. Lekki Peninsula, probably the most expensive land, Leko, ní Nigeria, Tabayo Abuja, or Tabayo Ikoyi at Victoria Island, Tabayo Meteta Eko, that's the most expensive land area. What's your raton? So, you didn't ask me this question, but I'm going to put that in. Shamadro Titi 99 years. Go to revert back to our children. Well, why not change constitution? Also, 25 years, so or 30 years. Try the 30 years when you want to renew the lease on your land. The law can also say if you are non-indigent. An indigent will be anybody who has Yoruba citizenship. If you're a non-indigent, you are going to pay, if you're an indigent, let's put it this way, you pay X amount of dollars for that piece of land. If you're not an indigent, you pay 20 times X amount of dollars for the same land. We very well could do that. Tí our legislative body wa bá sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀, we very well could do it. It's a way to get our land back from those who had used unscrupulous means láti gbalẹ̀ wa, and not only náà gbà lọ́wọ́ wa, wọ́n fi gún wa mú pé ilẹ̀ yìí no man's land ni. So those are things our legislative bodies may think about, and with one purpose, not to punish the intruders, but to protect our generation come in.
Thank you, sir. Recently, I read an article. I don't know if you came across it. One commentator actually said that in the east of Nigeria, that non-indigens were not being given offices or political offices or being allowed to contest, and that land were not even being sold to them in the east. I think it was Reno Omokri that wrote that short article that I read. So in light of that, do you think it's a good policy?
Oh, I think it's a very, if you share me the answer.
Ben, sir.
I think it's the best policy there is. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Me, Moboya constitutional law. I don't know the constitutionality of such an act. But somebody can vote him. I vote for yes. I know I don't think that a lot of us want to go to Igbo land to go to live. Well, one precede one predate one. So nobody so I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yalu, did you have?
Oh, sorry.
You have to
Madam, that's you,
okay.
I could see that superior brain.
Sherry Gogo Koti, Dr. Yefule Soye, they're all valid, completely valid. The reason why any nation would do that is if, for example, there's shortage of land, yeah, which we have in this country, the UK. We have shortage of land because we're an island. And that is when you then bring about such land laws that gives other people the permission to have it for a certain length of time, whatever that is. And I still feel pé irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó yẹ kí a ṣì béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn. Ṣé rí problem tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Èkó yẹn tí wọ́n sọ pé no man's land ni àbí nǹkan. The only way tá ṣe lè resolve problem yẹn, in my view, tí àwọn olórí wa bá ń listen, is for us to get our nation back. Because tá bá get nation wa back, we can make any law that we want to suit our people. But whilst our in Nigeria, sadly, the constitution does not allow such practices. So it's one practice in the East is unconstitutional if they do practice it, unless it has been passed locally, which I don't know. And maybe the local laws are, overrides the national law. I don't know, because I am not a legal practitioner, so I don't know. But if that's what they do, that is an unlawful practice. Cutting everybody else. Nigerians. You now say, unless Tobawa from that particular area, you cannot have that land, or that land does not belong to you and all that, would be unconstitutional. The answer to it is for us to get out. Get out so that we have the independence to make our own laws and to do whatever we want on our own land and dictate to others who would want to come and share in our resources the way we want them to share it. Say, for example, the staggered approach, Dr. Yefule saw. Maybe for foreigners, you could say, shorter time frame. But that shorter time frame should not apply, I don't think, to everybody. Because like I said, it cuts short this generational wealth that might pass down. So they need to be very careful that the law that they make is not a blanket one that will impinge on our own people as well. But once no man's land ni, tó bá jẹ́ no man's land, then that means the whole of Nigeria is no man's land. Or every part of it is no man's land. It's up for grabs. Because àwọn ará Èkó mọ́ra wọn, wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tiwọn ni. And if anybody wants to argue that, then they are arguing based on nothing. On nothing. Eshegoni.
Yes, sorry, in view of what you have said, are you suggesting that, like those who have sold lands, those families who sold lands to non-indigens or to foreigners, and those foreigners who are now claiming that, oh, they sold their father's property, is now our own, and they couldn't get it back. Are you suggesting that there should be a law that will regulate that so that people could get their lands back, and the generational income or whatever you called it will revert back to them?
Gary, only the tí àwọn èèyàn kan ṣe ta ilẹ̀ wọn, mi dẹ̀ fẹ́ blame anybody. Tí ebi bá ń pààyàn, ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò ń wọbẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò ń wọbẹ̀. Àwọn ẹlòmíì bóyá wọ́n ta ilẹ̀ wọn nítorí pé ebi ń pa ìran wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ prefer láti survive, láti live, so wọ́n ta ilẹ̀ wọn. Àwọn ẹlòmíì wọ́n tà for different reasons. Ní ìlú tèmi wà yìí, wọn ò jókòó sójú kan. Ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n ń wo òfin wọn náà, wò pé báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. Tẹ́ bá rí pé àwọn èèyàn ń ṣe nǹkan tí kò yẹ kán ṣe, òfin yẹn yóò máa yí wọn síbi tí ìjọba bá fẹ́ kán lọ. So àwọn tó wà ní Lagos State ni o, or whichever Southwest state ni o, wọ́n jẹ́ legislature wa, should look at the practices tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ wa, tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó máa pa wá lára.
Yeah.
And do the right thing by using the law to amend the law to caution those practices and put an end to those practices. And it can be done in retrospect. So if you see that a practice has been going on for about 10 years, 20 years, that should not happen because it endangers our life down the track, they can give an order that says, we'll give you a certain length of time that you fall in line. You don't fall in line, it's taken back. There are ways, our policymakers, there are ways that you can do it in such a way that those lands can be reclaimed. And the reclaiming by law means compensating the people that have bought those lands, if they bought them legitimately. You compensate them as a government, and you take the land back for the landowners or for Yoruba land. There are ways of doing it.
Thank you. Actually, the Land Use Act says the governor is holding the land. The land belongs to the governor, and the governor is holding it in trust for the people. But after getting documents from government, you still have to go back to the family and give them some money for some traditional approvals to the land purchased. Then in terms of the Constitution by its provision is supreme, and every other law is under it, and any law that is inconsistent with it will be set aside. So I just want to give that enlightenment in terms of what the Constitution says. My next question will go to, okay, I don't know if Yaludi has anything to say.
Am I on?
Yes, you are on.
Okay. The only thing I will say is, the way people are selling their land, our mom is because some people are hungry, that's why they're selling their land and all that. Yeah, there might be some people who are hungry, that's why they sold their land. But some of them are selling their land to do parties, to do Owambe, to do nonsense thing, actually, because they want people to see them that they're landowner. They want people to see them that they've arrived. If I only have pity for those people that are really, really pressed, they are in need of money, maybe for their children's school or for other precious things. So if those people, because when you said that government can compensate them and take the land back from those people that bought it, it's not all of them that deserve for government to be compensated, because if you sell your land because you want to show off and you squander the money, you are like so they don't deserve to get a dime from government. They've already sold it, they sold it. Yeah, they can get it from those people that are foreigner that bought it, compensate them, let them go on their own way, and the land belongs to Yoruba land. That's the only thing that I want to contribute.
Okay.
Thank God I'm not a judge.
It appears Mrs. Popola want to comment on that.
Okay. Just a point of clarification. I was not suggesting that they compensate our Munileo. They have sold it, that's gone. I'm suggesting that they compensate the people that have bought the land, that you're now going to take the land back from them. The land would then become that of Yoruba land. Is now back to Yoruba hand, whether entrusted in government or however way the law frames it. But it will become Yoruba land. It's not giving back to our Monile because they've lost it. That's gone because they've been compensated by the buyer already. So
I think that is why it is 99 years. After 99 years, it reverts back to the owners. After 99 years, it goes back to the owners. So, and subject to renewal. So I think that is why the clause is there, that it will be for the buyers for 99 years. Then after that, and there's Dr. Yefule is now suggesting that we should lessen the years by making it maybe 25. And me, I want to add that maybe 50 years. Then after 50 years, it goes back to the original owners. And then the foreigners can leave the land and go. Anyway, my next question.
Ejo Barrister. So there are two forms. Are we talking about leasehold or are we talking about freehold?
I think we are talking about leasehold.
I think we need to make that clarification, because if it's a freehold, like Dr. Yefule said, in America, maybe that's what they have. They have freehold.
Yes, they have freehold.
Where it's yours, end of. But here we have two forms. We have freehold, we have leasehold. Leasehold is where you have the variation of 99, 125 or whatever, you know. And if that's what we're talking about, I still feel that leasehold should be considered for two separate ones. One for Yoruba people, for that generational wealth to carry on, and the other maybe for foreigners. But we can't make policy on this in this debate.
Yes. Okay, thank you, ma'am. My next question says that anyone can aspire to become, or to any political level, if he's a citizen of a country, just like we are seeing here now and some other places. Do you think citizenship in Yoruba nation should be categorized in terms of length of stay, permanent residence, political status, investments, and social interaction, has been done in some countries like Cyprus? You have to, if you can be invited through your investment, you can become a citizen. And some other places, through interaction, internalization, you can become citizens and you hold important offices. So do you think we should let such a thing happen in our place, in our country, in our nation? Mrs. Popola?
Oh, me, right.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure.
Okay.
Like I said before, you have to learn from international and even our continent, Africa, the way things are done. And I don't say that you take everything hook, line, and sinker, whether it's good for us or not good for us. We test it locally to see whether it works for us or doesn't work for us. What would it mean for our own people? Yeah. So your learning is not about you just adopt everything. You know, your learning is to test it out to say, will it work? Will it not work for us locally? Actually, let's look at how we behave. Kini culture wa no, kini ìṣẹ̀ṣe wa no, báwo la ṣe ṣe nǹkan ní ilé wa. And by using that then, to then formulate some laws to my help àwọn èèyàn wa láti improve life wọn. Because the whole essence of Jangbarata and the quest for independence is so that it can improve our life chances, the life chances of our people, and it can help us and sustain us through our lives from generation to generation. So for me, there has to be different categories of citizenship, definitely. There has to be. You know, you can't just have a blanket approach to it to say, blood Yoruba, that's it. You know, there has to be stages to it, and there has to be parameters given to all those things. And when that time comes, even before then, you know, we should be thinking about this as we're doing today and saying, kilomate work for our ejeka wunonsi. For example, àwọn èèyàn kan sọ pé ṣé tó bá fẹ́ di ààrẹ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ń sìn ṣó wọ́n láti bí ẹ sí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àbí o lè jẹ́ Yorùbá by marriage or o jẹ́ Yorùbá by your ancestor kò jẹ́ ààrẹ ilẹ̀ wa. Ṣé rí question yẹn ó lágbára gan ni. Nǹkan tí mo dẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ pé ó lágbára tá láti rò very carefully ni pé ẹni tí ó jẹ́ pé wọn ò bí sí ilẹ̀ wa tí ò mu omi wa ó máa ṣì ní affiliation ẹ̀ máa wà halved probably or not completely Yoruba. Kó lè máa understand the importance of being Yoruba. I don't know, mi ò lè explain it. Ṣé rí ká jẹ́ Yoruba, àwa tá jẹ́ Yoruba, gbogbo wa dẹ̀ mọ̀. There is something about it that you cannot put your hand on. Ẹni tí wọ́n gbé wá, àbẹ̀ni tó marry sí, kò lè ní feeling yẹn. It's almost like our ancestors wa, where they're in us. We're riding them as we live every day. I feel pé ẹni tí ó marry into it kò lè mọ̀. You can't put your hand on it. You can't place your hand on it. It's something in you. It's the creator that's created you into that land, that's giving you something that connects. Tẹ́ bá dé airport wa lẹ́nìí, tẹ́ bá wá from abroad and you land in that airport, tẹ́sẹ̀ yín bá kan ilẹ̀ yẹn, there is a connection. Something just happens to you, unless if you're not careful and you're not, you don't notice these things. There's a connection to that land that just brings you everything that you have worked all your life away from that land. It brings it to bear. I think I've gone off tangent, so I'm going to.
Dr. Ifule.
No, madam. Actually, you didn't go off tangent at all. You're right on point. And so you are describing a neurological process to identify, but can assist you. You see, the human brain is a very, very, very special and unique entity. The core of who we are is formed by age 4 years, ordinary. By 4 years later, age 8, Otiwa partially cemented. By age 12, you can hardly change it. Ìdí ẹ̀ tí àwọn Júù máa ń ṣe bar mitzvah at age 12 nìyẹn. Ìdí ẹ̀ tí àwọn Yorùbá máa ń lọ sí Igbódù at age 12 láyé àtijọ́ nìyẹn. Because at that time, at that age 12, you're going on a totally different next stage of your life journey. So, it is true. If you were born in Yoruba land or any other land, you've sojourned outside of the country for a long time, something happens. That connection with that ground, with the soil, with the ancestors occurs. Now, l'America and Bibai, you have to be an American citizen born in the US to become the president of the United States. If you're born here, you have more nuances at the cultural I function better. I understand that when you're better, I the president. There are two other ways you live the president, the citizen in America. By naturalization, which most of us who came here, who are not born here, Tashi, you've been here for a certain length of time, you become a permanent resident. Then from permanent residency, you become a naturalized citizen. But those stages of citizenship, you can never aspire to become the president because they assume that only just citizens, that you will never understand the nuances of America. Okay. What promise personal example, 52 years in America. I've been here 52 years. I want my children and my grandchildren. Timbari got the TV. Mushiman will explain it for me because I don't understand it. There are certain parts of the culture which I do not understand. Kakwe Yoruba no yemi because Yoruba mubedagba. So I hear me, but by me, baby dagba. I've been here 52 years, and so what? Many parts of their culture I do not understand. So in the end, when you come to a certain place, things are different. So in the end, America or Nijeki, a person like never become the president, or the third category of citizens, American children, American citizens who have children abroad. Those ones with their paper from the American embassy in the foreign country, they become automatic citizens in America. And we know what you assume, and they will never become president of the United States. Ngoti wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe fún Obama nìyẹn tó ní pé òwá ẹ̀kọ́ náà ti bí pé wọ́n bí ní Kenya wọ́n gbé wá ní ká pé wọ́n bí ní Kenya and ó acquire citizenship by virtue of son of an American citizen born abroad. Ngoton fẹ́ ní kó jẹ́ nìyẹn, which is a lie. He was actually born here. So Ngoton fẹ́ fi disqualify gbà yẹn nìyẹn, because that stage or that third aspect of citizenship will not have allowed him to be the president. So Morocco to contribute something but I just wanted to support what Madam saw.
That explains it, and I'm glad that Dr. Olopoloni, you understand what I was trying to articulate and I couldn't put it in words. Thank you.
Well, our Tajio Monile, no, Sister Emisi, any contribution? Any picture in here? She don't lot on Padawa.
Mon drive me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Mon drive me. I think they've said it all. One is Sorota.
It's all right.
Well, yeah, I don't have any contribution towards that.
Okay. I see. Dr. Ifule, the next question is for you. Fulani stock from other parts of Africa have lodged in Yoruba forests and some of our villages. In view of our discussion so far, do you consider mere settlement on any piece of land in Yoruba land as conferring citizenship on them, or on any for that matter?
Kọ́lọ́ Èdùmàrè lọ́jọ́ òní kò ní jẹ́ kí ìyẹn ṣẹlẹ̀.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ó ṣẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n wá bó ti wá náà máa ti lọ. They're not part of us. They've never wanted to be part of us. They have only one intention, to come and dominate us. So tabade ti rí danger. Wọ́n ní pé igi gogoro má gún mi lójú. Òkèrè láti ń wò. Fulani settlement anywhere in Yoruba land, igi gogoro ni ẹjẹ àti ti wò from the distance. Kí àwọn legislative body wa, kí àwọn gbogbo people who are in the position of doing so, let them nullify their stay. The forest belongs to Yoruba land. It's not for foreigners at all. So my answer to that is we must do all we can to eject them either peacefully or forcefully out of that land, those lands.
Thank you. Sister MC, ṣé ẹni kankan tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ fún yẹn? Àwọn àtọ̀húnrìnwá tí wọ́n gba ilẹ̀ wa kan ní ìgbèríko, ṣé wọ́n ti di ara wa nìyẹn ni àbí kí ni ká ṣe? Ó dàbí pé ṣé gbọ́ mi ṣá? Ó dàbí pé network kò jẹ́ kán gbọ́. Okay, Mrs. Popola, do you have anything to say?
Ṣé mi lẹ ń bá wí?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Mi ò gbọ́ orúkọ mi ò gbọ́ network ibi tí mo wà.
Ẹ má worry, ẹ jẹ́ ká excuse him for that question. You are driving. So Mrs. Popola. Okay.
Ẹni àwọn Fúlàní tí wọ́n gba ilẹ̀ wa.
Tí wọ́n wà ní ìgbèríko wa àtàwọn inú igbó wa. Ṣé wọ́n ti di ọmọ nílẹ̀ nìyẹn ni àbí ojú wo ni ká fi wò wọ́n? Ó dà pé network yẹn ò ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí Mrs. Popola sọ̀rọ̀. You can talk, ma.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Sister Yemisi, mo hope pé network yẹn á connect padà. Especially tí o bá ń drive, ó difficult. Tí o bá ń drive, ó difficult. You'll be in and out. Ṣé rí nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni pé òyìnbó ní when you're in Rome, do as Romans. Àwa Yorùbá kì í gbé forest. A máa ń fi ojú wa hàn ní níbikíbi tá bá wà. Number one. Number two. Èmi believe pé North wọ́n nílẹ̀ jù wá lọ. So kí ni wọ́n wá lórí ilẹ̀ wa? Tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbé ìgboro gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa ṣe ń gbé ìgboro. Number three, àwọn wo ló talẹ̀ fún wọn náà? Tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní ilẹ̀ yẹn ni. Because a sọ̀rọ̀ Land Use Act pé local government ló ní power over land ní state wọn. Tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, it's not the Fulanis ló ní ilẹ̀ yẹn then. It's Lagos state government that is been entrusted with the land for our people. So gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ló yẹ ká máa béèrè. A fẹ́ wọn ní ilẹ̀ wa because they're making our lives hell. Ẹni tí ó bá ti wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀tá náà la ṣe máa mú. Because you preserve your own people, you protect your own people, and you protect your properties. Yeah? And that is the reason why Tashin song, we've been saying it year on year. Ẹ jẹ́ ká pín. Because tabak pita ni border wa, I ni border ló fà. Taba ni border wa ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kéèyàn kan tó sọ pé òun fẹ́ máa wọlé, wọ́n á mọ ibi tó ń lọ. Where are you going? It's just like anywhere taba fẹ́ travel sí. Ẹ fẹ́ travel wá sí England nsìn. Ẹ kàn lè rock up ní Heathrow or Gatwick or any of those airports and say, I'm coming to occupy your land. Who are you? Who gave you the permission? What are you coming here for? There are a series of questions you would ask those people before you let them in. Because in Nigeria, people are just taking liberties and taking what does not belong to them and saying, Talofe mumisi. This has to stop. Yeah. You know, because as far as I'm concerned, ente awon yon mole edeni kuomake koma soro. You're defying them even. So it's up to our government, and I'm now saying Lagos State government, to do the right thing, the legislatures to do the right thing, the executives to do the right thing, the civil service to do the right thing, the local government to do the right thing, every single person, every layer of government to do the right thing, including the citizens that are selling this land to these people without asking questions, without checking their intention. You can't come and take my land and I don't know what you're going to use the land for. And then you turn around and say, because it's your land, I'm going to kill you for it. We need to start doing things the right way. Eshegoni.
Thank you, Mom. Well, I got a question from somebody, from one of our participants, and the question goes thus, it's saying, are we Nigerian citizens, Yoruba nationals, or are we a Yoruba citizen, Nigerian national? Which are we?
Well, that's a very good question. Yeah.
Are we Nigerian citizen, Yoruba nationals, or are we a Yoruba citizen, Nigerian nationals? Which are we?
If you want me to answer, I could answer.
Yes, please, sir.
Okay.
Okay. We're Yoruba nationals. We're ethnic Yoruba. But right now, unfortunately, we're citizens of Nigeria. But we're Yoruba nationals. See, our nationality is by ethnicity and by race. So we're ethnic Yorubas. But unfortunately, in 1914, Tifiwasi Nigeria put the ethnic Yorubas into Nigeria, geographical location of Nigeria. By today, in 1960, we all became citizens of Nigeria. So, what I'm praying for, we Yoruba nationals will become citizens of Yoruba land.
Mm-hmm. All right. I don't know if Mrs. Pokola has anything to say about that.
No, absolutely spot on. Dr. Yefule had said it. Absolutely spot on. Ṣé nǹkan tó wà ńbẹ̀ ni pé nǹkan tó fa confusion yẹn náà ní 1914 yẹn. The amalgamation ló fa confusion. Táwọn èèyàn mọ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ force Nigeria down everybody's throat pé we're all Nigerians. Tó bá jẹ́ pé a jẹ́ Nigerians, by now, ó yẹ kí gbogbo èdè wa kó yéra wa. By now, ó yẹ kí àṣà wa kó jẹ́ kan náà. Kò ní sọ̀rọ̀ wazobia or anything bia tẹ́ fẹ́ gbé wá. You know, we would understand each other. Tẹ́ bá wà pẹ̀lú ọmọ Hausa àbí Igbo àbí any of those ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, tó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ lè gbọ́ wọn unless you have learned that language. And vice versa, they can't hear you unless, whereas still any Southwesterner, tó bá wà láàrin ara wọn, wọ́n á gbọ́ ara wọn. Okay, the intonation might be different, the accent might be different, whatever, but ẹ gbọ́ ara yín, ẹ understand ara yín. That is what you call nationality. You know, for me, we're just sharing the space called Nigeria. And that space has expired. that space needs to be rethought. That space needs to be reconsidered and reconfigured. You know, but okay, this citizenship, and EU, how do we want to go about it going forward? Because it has not worked for us. Because even as citizens, gel, we have not gelled. We have not gelled. We're still suspicious of each other. We don't trust each other. We don't understand each other. We have different values. We have different cultures. We have different food. We have different clothing. We have different music. Even to the point of religion, one could argue that it's slightly different, whichever region you go to. The interpretation is different wherever you go to. Eshe?
Thank you, ma. Well, the last question is, I'll still start from Mrs. Popola. What advice do you have for our politicians regarding all the issues we have been discussing about citizenship and nationality?
They might have thought that being in a political position, they might have thought that it's just for them to come and sit down and enjoy all the paraphernalia, you know, of that stool that they have. But actually, that stool is for you to do the work of your people. It's for you to make the life of your people better. It's for you to fight for your people, you know, whether nationally, internationally, in the continent or whatever, so that your people can realize their aspirations and your people can have a life worth living. That is why you're there. That is why, if one could argue, you've been selected to be there. So, please rise up to the occasion, because your people are in so much need of having a government that listens to them, of having a government that hears their pain, and having a government that helps them to sleep, to eat, to go to anything that they want to do, to actualize their dreams. And that dream starts from Yoruba land. That dream is about Yoruba land. That dream is all to do with your people, you know, for them to have a life worth living. Life chances, improved life chances. That's all. Because once you've done that, the rest of it will fall into place. Once you've secured their lives, in terms of physical security, whether it's education also, whether it's food, whether it's putting roof over their heads, just secure their lives so that they can feel as if this life that they have been given is worth living. Eshegoni.
Thank you, ma. Dr. Yifule, any advice for your?
Well, Madame T saw that she has really put it very succinctly. We just have to start taking our people's interests into account and make it paramount. That's what democratic process is all about. We represent the people. What the people want is what we politicians, one sort of from a politician point of view, is what the people want that we, the politicians, should aspire. It's not the other way around, where we politicians force down on people. Nigerian politicians, they get ideas from up, one people further up, instruction from above. One the instruction from above, one push it down people's throat. Autocracy, no, democracy. So our people have to be more democratic. We are being democratic all our life ní Ọ̀yọ́ we were democratic. Ọ̀yọ́ Mèsì nǹkan tí wọ́n bá ń gbọ́ pé táwọn èèyàn ń fẹ́ náà sọ fún kábíyèsí tó máa turn into law. So our people had always listened. But only pé ayé tí ọba ò bá dẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n á sọ fún ọba ayé kọ̀yìn sí ẹ ọ̀run kọ̀yìn sí ẹ ìyẹn fún ọba nìyẹn. Ayé wo náà ń sọ kì í ṣe àwọn ìyá mi òṣòròǹgà ẹlẹ́yinjú ẹgẹ́ nìkan kọ́ náà ń sọ wọ́n ń sọ nípa àwọn tó àlójú títì àwọn tó ń rìn àwọn tó ń tiẹ̀ tí ìjẹun láàárọ̀ yìí àwọn ẹni ayé. So Agbedo, as democratic part of the democratic process, or major part of the democratic process, ni pé Agbedo the same nǹkan tí ayé sọ. What would them advise our politicians were? By the way, but when our politicians who got sọ̀rọ̀ ni o, I'm not one of them. Yeah, I pray I never become one of them. But in got my advice, how politicians were actually. Hello to you.
Yes, sir. Well, ibi ni àdàgbà títọ̀dọ̀ mi, mo máa pè Mrs. Apata kí wọ́n wọlé láti wá fún wa ní láti wá continue program wọn. Mrs. Apata.
Hello. Okay. Yeah, I muted myself.
Okay.
Wow, that was an interesting session. And I believe we got 1 or 2 points to take home with us. Thank you, Dr. Oyefule. Thank you, Mama wa Sandra Popola. Fún gbogbo ìgbà tàbá pè ní tí ẹ sì máa ń jẹ́ wa. Ọpọlọ yóò ní jọba.
Tí kí ìyálóde máa bínú.
Ọpọlọ tí Ọlọ́run sì fún yín ó máa túbọ̀ máa ọmọ yín kò ní kú mọ́ yín bẹ ṣe ń ṣe àì Ọlọ́run á tún máa fi kún ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ ẹ ò ní dàgbà yà láàrin wa o lágbára Èdùmàrè. Ìyálóde ẹ̀yin náà ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o takuntakun ẹ ṣé gan ní gbogbo ìgbà náà.
Forgive me for interrupting. No, lè pè wọ́n Ìyálóde o. Ẹ máa ní Ìyálóde 1. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Ẹ ṣé fún correction yẹn sir. Èmi ò mọ bó ti ń lọ nǹkan tí barrister sọ lèmi náà ni mo gbà lẹ́nu wọn tí mo sọ Ìyálóde 1. Mo kí yín o. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o. Mo sì tún kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn náà pé ẹ kú ìjókòó látẹ̀kan. Ìpàdé yìí ó ń súnmọ́ ibi àti mú wá sí òpin fún ti òní. Kì í ṣe òpin forever, but òpin fún ti òní. Mo rí àwọn orúkọ kan mi ò ní máa dárúkọ because of the time. Ẹ ṣé tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Nǹkan tí ó kàn báyìí Ìyálóde 1 ó dà pé ẹ̀yin ni wọ́n ní kẹ́ ẹ ṣe léyìí o. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ bá wa handle question and answer session. So tá a bá rí àwọn tó ní ìbéèrè. Barrister, you said something?
Yes, mo fi pé nítorí wọ́n drive mo lè help wọn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's difficult for them to coordinate because it's
okay.
right.
All right, mi ò mọ̀ yẹn. Okay. So tá a bá rí ẹni tó ní ìbéèrè yálà lórí ohun tí a gbé yẹ̀wò lónìí àbí ìbéèrè tó ti ń jẹ wá lọ́kàn àbí nǹkan kan tó sọ kan jẹ́ ń béèrè kínní náà àyè wà àyè ti ṣí sílẹ̀ báyìí fún ẹnikẹ́ni láti béèrè ìbéèrè. Bá a sì máa ń ṣe náà ni pé a máa na ọwọ́ ẹ̀rọ àátẹ̀ níbi tí wọ́n ṣe síbẹ̀ láti àwa máa pè wá ní ẹni tí a bá ti kọ́kọ́ rí ẹni tá a tún rí tẹ̀lé. Tó bá jẹ́ ìmọ̀ràn la ní ó yẹ ká fi sínú chat box. Tó bá jẹ́ one-on-one ìmọ̀ràn lẹ fẹ́ ṣe, you can get to the people in Secretariat. You are welcome to, talk with them on anything at all. So, but nísìn ni pé ẹni tó bá ní ohun tó fẹ́ béèrè àbí wọ́n fẹ́ kàn ṣe àlàyé lé kókó ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí bàbá wa àbí àwọn bàbá wa tó wà ní ìjókòó tó fi the panelists tó bá jẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn láti fẹ́ kàn ṣe àlàyé lé nǹkan kan, àyè wà báyìí kí ó tó di pé a mú ìpàdé wa sí òpin. So barrister, tí ìbéèrè bá wà, mo rí ọwọ́ kan bẹ́yẹn, so you will take care of that.
Okay, ẹ ṣé gan, Mr. Okeshola, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, tẹ́ bá mind, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa gbójú yín jáde o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú o, ẹ bá wa gbójú jáde. A fẹ́ rojú yín, ẹ ṣé gan sir. And any ìbéèrè, gẹ́gẹ́ bí màmá wa ṣe sọ, we don't, with all due respect, we don't need a lecture. We need questions. Ìbéèrè, kẹ́ bá béèrè ní ṣókí tó jẹ́ ti ọbẹ̀ oge, and then we can ask one of our panelists to answer your question. 60 seconds. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Ẹ ṣé sir, ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ sir. Mo kí gbogbo ilé. Ẹ ṣé o pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìgbìyànjú tá ń gbà Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè. Agbádùrà wa, amúwádé ilẹ̀ ìlérí wa tí jẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ ṣé a dúpẹ́. Ìbéèrè tí mi fẹ́ béèrè ni wípé kí ló dé tí ó ṣòro fún wa láti lè rí wípé ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ wà láàrin gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Mo ti máa ń wá sí ìpàdé yìí lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan tí n bá mọ̀ ẹ̀kan fẹ́ ṣèpàdé báyìí. Kò dẹ̀ sí ibi tí n bá lọ tí mi ò ń béèrè ìbéèrè yìí. Kí ló dé tí ó jẹ́ pé ó ṣòro fún wa láti rí wípé a ṣe papọ̀ láti lè tẹ̀ síwájú nípa àti lè gba láti lè dé ibi tá à ń lọ, ta torí ẹ̀ ń pé papọ̀ láti bí ọdún mélòó kan sẹ́yìn báyìí. Torí kíni tí mo ṣe ń béèrè pé kí n dé tó ṣòro fún wa ni wípé ní ọ̀nà kíní àti lè gba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wa. Ìsídà tó jẹ́ pé ta bá rí wọ́n bá lè ṣe revolution, ìyẹn ṣòro láti ṣe.
Ẹ ṣé gan, ẹ má bínú sir, ẹ má bínú. Allow me to coordinate, sir. Thank you. I've heard you. Allow me to coordinate this segment. Mo ti gbọ́ question yín. You're talking of collaboration and cooperation.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir. Torí tí ò bá ti sí owó,
that's fine.
Láti ṣe.
That's okay, sir. Thank you. Somebody will answer you. I would like to call on Barrister Domosu, and I'm doing it because you are in the Secretariat and you are very, what do you call it, a strong part of the movement, and you have foresight in respect of what's been going on within the Yoruba emancipation agitation. So, Tebali Bawa fún wọn lésì, nǹkan tí wọ́n béèrè, kí ni ìdí ẹ̀ tí ò fi sí àjọṣepọ̀ ní àárín wa? Thank you.
Thank you, Barrister. And brother wa Mr. Okeshola tó ń béèrè ìbéèrè, ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ṣé. Inú mi dùn pé sọ pé tí ń wá sí ìpàdé wa ní ìgbà àtijọ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ ti continue àti máa wá. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ gbogbo ipá tí a kó láti rí wípé a pe àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n wà nínú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ mi pé ká jọ ṣe papọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe máa ń sọ, ọ̀nà tí oníkálukú fẹ́ lọ ọ̀nà ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. And collaboration tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn, èmi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wípé kì í ṣe pé bóyá gbogbo àdìjọ fi ìmọ̀ ṣe ìkan pé ká mú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yẹn ká jẹ́ kí wọ́n wọnú ara wọn, ká jọ di ìkan náà. Ká ní ṣe lájọ di ìkan náà ni ọ̀rọ̀ tá a bá máa sọ lénìí ó máa yàtọ̀. In fact, ẹni ní opportunity láti sọ̀rọ̀ lénìí because gbogbo ẹ̀ á ti kú. Ẹ mọ gbogbo ipa tí ẹgbẹ́ oníkálukú tó kó láti gbà tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ìjàngbara. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ ibi tá a wà lénìí. Ẹ mọ gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tí wọ́n bọ́ta tí wọ́n ní àwọn làwọn fẹ́ ṣe báyìí, àwọn làwọn fẹ́ ṣe báyìí. Yorùbá nation ni, kíní kan nation ni, tí oníkálukú ń dá owó síbẹ̀. Lénìí yìí, ibo ni wọ́n wà? Ní ìbéèrè tí mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin fún ara yín. Mo mọ̀ pé ẹ wà nínú ìkan náà àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yẹn àbí méjì tẹ̀dẹ̀ ń bá wọn kópa ńbẹ̀ tẹ̀ ń dáwó síbẹ̀. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yẹn ibo náà wà lénìí, kí ni nǹkan tí wọ́n gbé ṣe láti ìgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú pé wọ́n tẹ̀lé wá yan ìjọba sí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà pé new government wọlé, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n ti gbé ṣe tẹ́ ẹ rí, ariwo náà pa tẹ́ ẹ rí. So gbogbo ìyẹn ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ kó papọ̀ kẹ́ rí wípé tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ collaboration ẹgbẹ́ oníkálukú gbọ́dọ̀ wo òfin, policy, agenda tí oníkálukú ní fún ọ̀rọ̀ ìjàngbara yìí kó tó di pé wọ́n máa sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ra wọn. So ìgbà táwa dẹ̀ ti wò ń gbà pé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nǹkan tó oníkálukú ní lọ́kàn ó yàtọ̀ síra, kò dàbí tiwa ò dẹ̀ dàbí tiwọn, ni a ṣe dúró sí kedegbe pé a darapọ̀. Àwọn tó bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tán bá wá, gbogbo nǹkan tán bá fẹ́ wọ́n máa rí lọ́dọ̀ wa. Tán bá dẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa náà, but inú mi dùn pé lénìí a lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà wípé àwa nìkan ni a rí ara wa, a rí àwọn ẹlòmíì. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tẹ́yìn náà tẹ́ rò tẹ́ fi béèrè náà nìyẹn. Ẹ ṣé.
Thank you, Barrister. Thank you very much. Is there anybody else with such any question? Ẹnikẹ́ni lórí ìkànnì tó bá fẹ́ béèrè question ẹ jẹ́ káwọn náà kan nawọ́ sókè. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, anybody tó bá ní ìbéèrè kan béèrè. Any question? No, kò sí question tó burú o. Ẹ ṣe mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bí ìlú gangan níbi tó kọjú sẹ́nìkan, ẹ̀yìn ló kọ sẹ́lòmíì. So a máa fi ojú sùnùkùn wọ ọ̀rọ̀ sùnùkùn ni. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní ìbéèrè ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ béèrè o. Tí ò bá sẹ́ni tó ní ìbéèrè tó bá ti di bí ìṣẹ́jú kan, ó dà pé màá gbé ìkànnì ìwàlà sí ọwọ́ olóòtú. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní ìbéèrè. Ẹ má tijú o, please o. Mr. Pata, ó dà pé kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni. Yàtọ̀ fún àwọn bàbá tó ti béèrè question, mo lè believe pé Barrister ti àwọn náà ojú làwọn náà wọn kì í ṣe àìmọ̀ fólókò. Barrister ti dá wọn lóhùn, wọ́n mọ̀. Wọ́n ní nǹkan tó máa ń sọ ní pé ká tọ̀ sójú kan náà kó lè rú bọ́ọ̀lù má jẹ́ ká tọ̀tọ̀ ìtọ̀kútọ̀. So wọ́n ní àrọ̀dá òjò ó lè kẹyẹ lépọ̀ mádìyẹ but tábàjọ́ wọlé sí kí ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ ó mẹ́gbẹ́ àmúra wa. So wọ́n ní pósí kíní kan yàtọ̀ fún epo ẹ̀lérí. Àwọn ọ̀tọ̀ ló jẹ̀lú, ọ̀tọ̀ ló ṣèlú, ọ̀tọ̀ làwọn tó ń jàjàǹgbara, ọ̀tọ̀ làwọn tó ń jàjà àpò wọn. So the difference nìyẹn fún ẹnikẹ́ni tí ò bá tí ì mọ̀ nísìnyí ká wo event àti gbà ó gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ti gbà passport yìí kẹ́ máa fi travel káàkiri gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè ní gbogbo àwọn diplomatic mission tí ẹ ti ṣe sílẹ̀ ẹ máa lọ síbẹ̀ tí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá ti ní èdè help ẹ lọ sí àwọn embassy yìí níbi tí wọ́n establish ẹ̀ sí káàkiri kẹ́ lọ máa gba ìrànlọ́wọ́ mẹ́. But Nigeria within the Committee of Nations is still recognized as a sovereign. The Yoruba nation is still within Nigeria. We haven't achieved the goals we set out to accomplish. And thank you. Mr. Pata. Muted.
Oh. Yẹmí máa pè. Yeah, so nígbà tí kò sí ìbéèrè kankan mọ́ torí mi ò rí ọwọ́ kankan tí wọ́n náà sókè mọ́. So I think we have come to the end of the meeting. A fẹ́ ṣe ìkíni pàtàkì fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá wa péjọ ní òní. Ẹni tí ó sì máa ṣe, maybe I'll call you Barrister Ogedengbe to do that. I think Sister Yemisi is supposed to do it, but since don't drive, if I'm right.
Yep. Thank you very much. Báwo ni wọ́n ní ọpẹ́ olóore. Àdáàdá tán ni o. We appreciate everybody. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti orí àwọn màmá wa, Mrs. Sandra Popola. We thank you, and we thank you so much, Barrister and Dr. Yefule Adupepe Ajide Aranje, and Agbagbe. Only let the party is not over until the fat woman has danced. So we cannot end this program without also appreciating our director, And Amati Madebi, 15 minutes before the commencement of the program. And today we were a bit concerned because obviously she was put down on the hour time one yato. Bobo our turn program were not missing. Just as we're about to commence the program, she sent us a message that she's in the house. So we thank you, and most especially we appreciate our husband. Only behind every successful man, there's a woman, and behind every successful woman, there's a man. It's not easy doing what she's been doing for the last couple of years. We're not talking of months, we're talking of years now. And he has been consistent. So please, in your prayer, let's take time to pray for our first family and the rest. So, we believe that there are quite a lot of wise people are amongst us. And we don't take your judgment for granted. It's been said that the observers are the best judges. So we know, in fact, that you're not asking questions doesn't mean you don't have one. You see that because you feel everything is appropriate. And laying it to the banning confession, you know, more at a man quick and a man by. So I do pray that because you are, that's why we are. We are because you are. So any kinje awadi one ni adashi by no more. Iba king one more. I do pray ekolo wanjuba and jako she be for wow. Amari iba ujo ni chi and bobo oten for oni abudi oni to local. We have so many unsung heroes among us. A lot of people don't know them. They don't even desire that anyone should know them. These are pillars to this establishment, and we want to mention people like Mr. Kolade, Mr. Napoleon Owotomo, Sister Rosemary, Baba Bakari, and all of them, and Baba Ade Bayo. So we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, we love all our sisters. If for one reason or the other they are not here, but in spirit they are with us. We appreciate them. My sister Princess Ronke Ovia, even Lati Bishe, she will log on. And so what can we say? Anula Riba, Omo Lokoniwa, so Adupelo Elidomari, Laboro Long, Otundi, Ojomi, Ojori, Titi Tibano. I remain yours, Olata Yogidempe, and I say, Ipade Wabi on you. Mrs. Apata, over to you. Thank you.
Ṣé gan barrister. A ò ní rí jù báyẹn lọ ní òní o. Ìpàdé tún di ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ti wí. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́ a ò fẹ́ máa pẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n bí tí a bá ti ń dúró pé kárìn ká pọ̀, òun náà ló máa ń jẹ́ kí a pẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. But even with that, we are mindful of your time. So a ṣì ń ṣetán within the time tá a ti yà sọ́tọ̀ fún ìpàdé yìí. Torí a mọ̀ how precious your time is to you. You can choose to be anywhere else, but you chose to be here. So we are not taking that for granted. So we appreciate everyone tí wọ́n wá lónìí. A tún fẹ́ rí yín lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. Nítorí, like I said, kárìn kápọ̀ òun ló ń yẹni. Ẹnìkan ò sì kì í jẹ́ àwádé àwa more than one. So ẹ ṣé gan ni. Now we want to sing or listen to the Yoruba national anthem and we can dismiss.
Tẹ̀sí If you're currently paying for a subscription to a doorbell camera, stop now. This revolutionary affordable subscription
ikú ó ní payo ẹbí dùn ní àrùn òní ṣe ẹbí dùn ní ikú ó ní payo ẹbí dùn ní àrùn òní gbé ẹbí dùn ní. ó ṣòro mú ajẹjẹ bá ṣe ó àforíjì ìbò pàdé ẹbí dùn ní ikú ó ní payo ẹbí dùn ní ẹ má má dáyé ẹbí dùn ní ọ̀rọ̀ òní gbé ẹbí dùn ní ikú ó ní payo ẹbí dùn ní ẹbí dùn ní. ó ṣòro mú ajẹjẹ bá ṣe àforíjì ìbò pàdé ẹbí dùn ní ikú ó ní payo ẹbí dùn ní. àmì bẹ́ẹ̀ o Olúwa ẹbí dùn ní àrùn òní gbé wa dé ẹbí dùn ní owó àwọlé wa ẹbí dùn ní ìlera wọlé wa ẹbí dùn ní nínú ọdún tuntun ká wá wá jẹ́ kó sàn wá lọ ẹbí dùn ní àmì bẹ́ẹ̀ o Olúwa ẹbí dùn ní. ẹ má ibú wa o ẹbí dùn ní kò má sẹ́ni tó mọ́la ẹbí dùn ní ẹyí ẹ má ibú wa o ẹbí dùn ní kò má sẹ́ni tó mọ́la ẹbí dùn ní. ta ló mọ bí torí níbẹ̀ sẹ́rẹ̀ o ta ló lè sọ o ẹbí dùn ní ẹ má ibú wa o ẹbí dùn ní. àmì bẹ́ẹ̀ o Olúwa ẹbí dùn ní ẹbí dùn ní àmì bẹ́ẹ̀ o Olúwa ẹbí dùn ní ìkòrò nípa wa o ẹbí dùn ní nínú ọdún tuntun ká wá wá yìí jẹ́ kó sàn wá o ẹbí dùn ní àmì bẹ́ẹ̀ o Olúwa ẹbí dùn ní. ẹbí dùn ní kò má sẹ́ni tó mọ́la ẹbí dùn ní ẹ má ibú wa ẹbí dùn ní. tó bàbá ẹ̀ ayé àmàyẹ. Orí ọba aládé wá tó bàbá ẹ̀ ayé àmàyẹ. Èdùmàrè ló fún ẹ nípò ẹ o ọba rẹ. Aláwùrà ló fún ẹ nípò ẹ àdèlé o kábíyèsí lẹ̀ máa bá wèèyàn ẹ. Ọba aládé àdèlé o. Ọba wa. Àdèlé. Ọba wa. Ọba aládé àdèlé. Ọba wa. Àdèníjì àdèlé à. Ọba wa. Adé pẹ̀lú orí o. Ìbàdàn pẹ̀lẹ́ ẹ̀sẹ̀. Ọba wa. Àdèníjì àdèlé à. Ọba wa. Àdèníjì àdèlé. Ọba wa. Ọba aládé àdèlé. Ọba wa. Àdèlé. Ọba wa. Àdèníjì àdèlé. Ọba wa. Adé pẹ̀lú orí. Ọba wa. Ìbàdàn pẹ̀lẹ́ ẹ̀sẹ̀. Ọba wa. Àdèníjì àdèlé.
Ẹni rí kan lé tó fẹ́ kú pẹ̀lú ẹ o ọwọ́ ẹni tó ti sọnù nǹkan ayé ńlá bá ayé ńlá fi sílẹ̀ sí ìpàdé dúró ná wẹ́yìn ẹ wò ó àgbájọ wọn mà ní wọn ló ń gbẹ́rù lórí àwọn ọmọ yín ẹ má má jẹ́ kan taraka èmi lárí o kò má sẹ́ni tó mọ̀lá níṣẹ́ láyé yín ẹ̀dá kan tọ̀ lẹ́yìn kágbára pọ̀ kárọ̀rí kójú tẹ́lẹ̀kọ́ lágbára bá ní ẹ̀ṣà ní àṣẹ. Ọ̀pọ̀pọ̀ gbẹ́dọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kojú yín náà kẹwàá di gédégbé wípé pẹlẹbẹ tọbẹ. Àgbájọwọ́ máa ní ló gbẹ́rù àwọn ọmọ yín ẹ má má jẹ́ kọ́ taraka èmi lárí o kò má sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ la ń ṣe láyé yìí ẹ̀dá kan tọ̀ lẹ́yìn ni.
Bàbá jọ ń jẹun